look like it's going fast.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today. It is the weekend. We are seeing that crazy weekend price action. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are down again today. We actually have some altcoins in the deep red. So this is that time where traders get scared. People panic sell their positions. In fact, having a look right now, you notice we had the bounce, but then we got rejected. We've pulled back yet again. And interestingly enough, we had, minor greed last week. Now we have extreme greed. We were actually in the fear territory just the other day, right? We were down to 34. So there's a lot of uncertainty happening right now. People do not really know which way the Bitcoin price is going to go. And this is that moment that really shakes out those weak hands and a lot of those indecisive traders. And this is the time when people start to get bored. They stop paying attention to the prices. They start doing something else, or they just think the rally's over with. And then before you know it, you wake up, you look at your portfolio, and hopefully, if you did buy the dip, you would be up crazy because Bitcoin is actually winding up for a massive, massive move. I talked about this in my video yesterday. If you didn't check it out, pause this, go check out that video. But one thing that I want to talk about is these Bitcoin waves. Now, if you don't know what realized cap hodl waves are, well, essentially Glassnode points this out. And I'm going to go over this a little bit later in the video, but you could see that we always have three waves essentially in each of these runs. We had it in 2011, 2013, and 2017, and we have currently only had our first wave. And if we actually do move to wave 2 and 3 as we had in the past, well, I'm going to talk about this insane Bitcoin target that we could be looking for. So you might be bored right now. You might be thinking, oh, I should sell, or I should short, or things are getting bearish. Well, I'm going to show you why this chop could end sooner than you think and why we could actually be at a $100,000 Bitcoin even within the next month. So if that sounds good to you, that's what we're going to talk about today. Also, we're going to talk about NFT mania, big news for Ethereum, and also a bit of a word of caution at the very end. So all of that today. Let's get into it super quick. If you're not subscribed, well, you're probably missing out on a lot of content, guys. We do videos every single day. So you can see right here, as I was talking about in yesterday's video, we had this descending broadening wedge on the 1 hour chart. We were bouncing around between resistance, support, and I said if we weren't able to break out of this, we were going to tread lower, potentially heading down to that $42,000 target that I've been talking about. However, we did in fact manage to have this resistance right here after we broke through. It has flipped as short-term support. Now, keep in mind, this is on a very low time frame, so we do need a little bit more time to establish this trend as a bullish move, but right now it does look like the bulls are trying to take charge. Something else I want to point out is when we actually established this bounce down here, right around this $30,000 level, you could see that when we did have the falling wedge, that was exactly where we had the bounce again. So you could see right here, we've had one bounce, two bounce, and actually if I extend this, we've actually had a third bounce and a fourth potential bounce right here. Now, obviously, the more you do hit a trend, you do weaken it, right? It's like hitting a wall multiple times. Eventually, you break through, but it also is showing us that the bulls are attempting to maintain control right now. Now, I did explain the significance of the 21 exponential. We are holding above it. Last time we held above this for 4 days, we had a massive, massive rally from about $33,000 all the way to $58,000. However, we did not get confirmation on our 50-day moving average, which is this yellow line right here. So I did say there was that potential that we could retest it. Once again, I'm not ruling out the $42,000 bounce out of the cards just yet. But in yesterday's video, I told you that I was already starting to put in lower leverage longs because we could potentially have the reversal right now. Now, let me show you something that has not 100% formed in the charts yet, but it could be forming, which is this diamond pattern. Now, diamond patterns are often reversal patterns, right? So what that means is that the trend is usually looking to reverse. So considering we've been going on an uptrend, this could signal that Bitcoin is now looking to bounce downwards. Now, this does suggest that we would have support right here, maybe bounce back up to the top of this triangle. We could hit up to, even around $54,000, consolidate here before looking for that reversal. And actually, if you were to take the, the width from top to bottom at the level that it would be looking for the breakout, if we came down here, that would actually bring us down to $38,000. So would we actually go that low? Well, one thing I want to point out is that currently we have the futures closing at 49,555, which means technically if we stay at these these levels, there'll actually be a CME futures gap that will be looking to close, which would be above us when CME futures open, right? But as Smart Contractor pointed, he says sentiment seems so split down the middle. I've even started to ponder a scenario like this for Bitcoin to chop out as many bulls and bears as possible. So is this something that we could see? And could we go down to that $38,000 level based off of this diamond chart? Well, guys, the chart that I've been showing you right now, we have the major two blue box territories, okay? The first one being here, which we've actually held some pretty good support, but we do have this resistance, which is why I said we could actually be forming a bit of a descending triangle, right? So, obviously this would be the triangle right here, and Bitcoin could come down and retest some of these levels. Now, I know that technically this would be a bearish chart, a bearish pattern, but considering that we have been in an uptrend, the trend has been our friend. Until the trend gets invalidated, there's no reason to assume that we're going to be looking for some kind of a major reversal, right? So, interestingly enough, if we were to come down to that crazy level, that would bring us right here to the red zone that we had of 37,614. Now, I do not think we're going to hit these levels. I think we're going to bounce before that. We could even potentially have the bounce very soon. We could have a fake out down to here. But like I said, I still have my eyes on these levels, and I'm still looking to ladder in down here around 43,000 to 42,000, and then down here again in the blue box territory. And for everyone, a couple people said, I don't know what you mean by laddering in. What I mean is right now you put in a low leverage type of long. Not financial advice, this is just hypothetically how you would do it. And then, you only do 25% of your position. If you're over on Bybit, for example, you can literally just pick where it says 25%, 50%. You can put whatever you're comfortable with, right? So that's essentially what you do, and then you do another 25% a little bit lower. As it goes lower, you can increase the leverage a little higher. Maybe next time you go up to 3x, and then when it comes down here, maybe you go up to 4x or 5x or whatever you're comfortable with risking, right? And that is the exact strategy that I'm doing right now. If you guys want to know how to do this, check out my Bybit tutorial popping up above. Also, subscribe to the channel and watch the daily updates, and I'll let you know the exact levels that I'm looking at. Also, if you guys do use the link below, there is a $200 bonus for anyone who uses that link both for Bybit and Femex, and also Prime XBT 50%. So check those out below in the descriptions. But talking about what Bitcoin Archive mentioned, he says Bitcoin bull markets typically have 3 waves in realized cap hodl waves. This is according to Glassnode. We have just completed wave 1. So this shows us that, yes, we are into the rally. The rally is happening right now, but it is not over. In 2017, Bitcoin went up 7.5x from the peak of wave 1 to the peak of wave 3. So if we were to follow a similar pattern based on the fact that Bitcoin has always done this in all of its cycles, this would take Bitcoin to about $315,000 per coin this cycle. And in yesterday's video, I told you why. As soon as we break out of this crazy move, whether we do fall out of this diamond, or if we do break out to the upside, regardless of what happens, this could be that shaking weak hands out sort of moment, right? People get bored, people get scared, people panic, it's uncertainty, and then next thing you know, we have that massive blast off. You're looking at your portfolio, Bitcoin's up to $100,000, and you're asking yourself, why didn't I buy more, right? That's literally how it goes every single time. So talking about some price predictions, they do also have in agreement Bitcoin's top could be between 75K and 300K according to Kraken research. But talking about Bitcoin specifically, according to Bloomberg in their latest crypto related report, Bitcoin continues to attract more funds previously put from gold, bonds, stocks, etc. So the one thing that you need to realize right now, why this is so different, again, I know I sound like a broken record from 2017, is that in 2017, it was speculative mania to try and cash out at Bitcoin before the bubble broke, before it popped, right? Try to cash out the most you could get, dollar-wise, right? We were just looking at Bitcoin dollar-wise, whereas today, we're actually looking as Bitcoin as the hedge against inflation. You see Michael Saylor, they're buying as much Bitcoin as they possibly can, and they're not doing this to flip it, overnight. They're looking for long-term positions to hedge against inflation. you could check out this report. They actually forecasted $100,000 Bitcoin as well. I guess that's a number a lot of people are looking at, but they're saying that this is because people are now choosing Bitcoin over gold. Gold has been consistently falling. Gold is down almost 20% from its peak already. And according to them, they also mentioned in their March crypto outlook that Bitcoin inflows are accelerating along with gold outflows, and we see scant reason to reverse the trend. The ratio of the price potential of global digital reserve assets versus an ounce of, old guard metal seems like it's on a path towards 100x after breaching 10x that held resistance in 2017. The paper further explained that Bitcoin's current state showcases that it has transitioned out of the realm of speculative asset into a global digital store of value. Moreover, its role will only intensify in the upcoming years as the entire world is going digital. Keep in mind that the skyrocketing demand from institutions, while the production of new coins decreases every 4 years, according to the report, they predicted that this is why we are going to see a $100,000 Bitcoin. So, like I said, guys, could we have that $100,000 Bitcoin in the next month? It's a 50-50 chance, to be honest with you, but it is not out of the cards, and this price could get carried away a lot quicker than people are actually expecting it. Now, Ethereum having a very similar move for Bitcoin. I have been looking at these key levels of 1437, 1536. Same scenario, same type of ladder thing that's going on, putting in low leverage trades here. I'm already actually up on my Ethereum trade, quite significant since yesterday. Down here would be the next ladder, 1437. And then after that, I would look to get support on this level trend right here. But I honestly don't think, like I've been saying, that we're going to be falling that low. And speaking about some fundamental news for Ethereum, EIP 1559 fee market scheduled to launch in July. So an all-core developers call confirmed that the Ethereum improvement proposal 1559 would be packaged with the London hard fork this coming July, regardless of the mining industry's discontent with the proposal. So whatever the miners, have to say about it, essentially at this point, they're moving to proof of stake. It doesn't really matter anyway. This is going to be great for incentive for people to hold Ethereum. This is going to be great for incentive for people to use Ethereum. And overall, I think this is going to be good for the Ethereum price as well. So if you're betting against Ethereum, sure, hedge against, you could have things like Polkadot, you could have things like, Cardano or Elrond, but, don't bet against Ethereum, because if we do get that 2.0 upgrade that has been promised for so long, and, we have all the apps on it already, the dApps, Uniswap, etc., I wouldn't be betting against Ethereum right now. And this is why I've always kept some Ethereum in my portfolio, because it's the number 2 crypto, you know what I mean? And it's almost hard to even call Ethereum an altcoin at this point. I feel like it deserves a better term than altcoin. It has certainly proven its ground, right? Now, speaking of other cryptos, for example, Polkadot actually had a flash crash over on Binance futures. It crashed to 20 cents. Absolutely insane, guys. But on the bright side, nobody was liquidated, because obviously they peg it to a basket of different prices, but still, that's crazy. Honestly, I don't trade over on Binance. I've never traded on Binance for Binance futures. If you guys are looking to trade Polkadot, I would definitely suggest to go over and check out Femex. Much better experience, in my opinion. And you can also see right here, even during that crazy crash, Polkadot only went from 34 cents down to 31 cents over here. A much smoother experience on Femex. So if you guys haven't checked out Femex, check it out. I also just did a brand new updated tutorial, literally brand new, guys. I went over everything. I went over also, they have an investment fund as well. Don't forget, $10 a month spot trading. That is it. You can trade as much as you want. Zero fee trading, $10. Check out the links below in the description. Tutorial popping up above, $200 bonus. Also, if you guys are interested, for using my link. But nevertheless, guys, last night, if you checked out my live stream over on Rice TVX, it was pretty fun. We were talking NFTs with Crypto Stash and Ken Bozak, and you're seeing this happening everywhere. For example, you have Lindsay Lohan, right, with her NFTs. You have Kings of Leon announcing that they're releasing their 8th studio album is going to be in the form of an NFT. Brave recently announced the addition of NFT purchases, and yes, that's right, Jack is officially selling his first Twitter tweet ever. Justin Sun has offered him up to $1 million. He is getting a little bit of a flack from the Bitcoin Maximals, but hey, it is what it is. So Jack is now selling his tweet. His tweet is for sale as an NFT. So things are getting absolutely pretty crazy. And also something else, if you guys haven't been paying attention, Paid Network actually had an incredible dump. It looks like there was some kind of an exploit in the contract. A hacker or some type of bad actor started minting a bunch of tokens. And interestingly enough, you could see over here, this is from War on Rugs. Someone got paid. My goodness, that's a heck of a candle. And interestingly enough, on January 25th, they said there was a scam advisory. Reason the owner can mint tokens and did mint tokens to fresh wallets who never bought the presale. Contracts is behind a proxy. Likeliness of losing all funds very high. Now, some people have been pointing out to the team, saying that, maybe this was an insider job. I don't really know specifically, guys. I don't really know much about this. Hopefully some light will come out to it. Most likely what will happen is essentially they'll just take a snapshot, give the tokens back out to everyone, probably take a few months to sort of recover. But yeah, I mean, as for that Paid Network, it's not really a project we've talked about. I've never mentioned it on the channel. It wasn't really something that caught my attention. I never invested in it, but, for everyone out there that did get involved in this, these are some of the risks in crypto. Always be safe out there. You never know. We don't really know why, or how this happened. Some people speculating, it could be anything, guys. Could it be nefarious, bad actors, inside jobs? Potentially. Could it be an honest mistake, a problem with the code? Could also probably be that as well. But to everyone out there, this situation does suck. Hopefully it clears itself up. Now, there was some FUD associated with Shadows Network because they actually launched on Ignition, which was by Paid, as well as the fact that Paid's CEO is also an advisor to Shadows as well. Personally, I don't really know if that's something to be concerned about. I actually like Shadows. I've been looking into it. It's a project that interests me right here. You can see that they're actually dealing with synthetic assets. They say unique debt pool design mechanism. Trading of synthetic assets is essentially a transfer between debts. Smart contracts automatically execute the conversion of a synthetic asset to another synthetic asset without an order book, without counterparties, without the problems of liquidity and trading slippage. So, synthetic assets are huge in the real world in actual trading for people that don't want to actually hold the underlying asset, or for potentially even pegging things to baskets of assets, etc. They actually break down different reasons for why you would need it. But yeah, they have a lot of partners, a lot of people invested in this. And yeah, I mean, obviously one of the advisors is Kyle from, over at the network. But does that have anything to do with Shadows? No, I'm actually extremely interested in this project. So I mean, I'm keeping my eyes on these guys. Also, updates for Cardano. They're looking to reach full decentralization by March 31st, less than a year after launching its IOHK-owned network of federal nodes. Cardano is on schedule to reach full decentralization by the end of March 2021. At that point, the already established network of over 1,800 community pools will be responsible for producing all new blocks. So let me know what you guys think about the Bitcoin price. Do you think we are looking for a massive crash? Do you think we're looking for a massive breakout? Or do you think we're just going to chop around maybe for another week or so just to kind of get everybody all, messed up on all different sides of the trades? Bulls are getting wrecked, bears are getting wrecked, everybody's losing faith. Me personally, that's a scenario that I think could happen, but ultimately I think by this time next week, we are looking at a much higher Bitcoin price. That's just my opinion, but what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet, take everything I say with a grain of salt, but that is it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. Check out the free Telegram group in the description below. If you haven't checked it out, we hang out and talk crypto all day long. That's it for me, guys. You guys rock. And if you haven't checked out these videos popping up right now, check them out. And until next time, stay crypto, and of course, peace out.